Hey everybody, on this episode of Box Office Breakdown, we look like Moana takes #1 again, and the box office bet is decided by just a $220 margin. Find out who lost next.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk, we talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's Box Office Breakdown.
Hey everybody, welcome to Box Office Breakdown here on Popcorn Talk, where all your fantasies are fulfilled, like seeing Richie Skye do the robot.
Yeah.
Things you never knew you wanted in life until you saw
the
them.
only exercise I'm going to get all week is a little shimmy I do during the box office theme.
You're so not Hollywood.
There you go. Now this is the show, folks,
right?
where we break down the box office from the weekend that was, and then we like to
Prognosticate.
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 Nailed it. About the box office to come. I'm one of your hosts, Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
Hi there, I'm Quinn Scillian. You can find me on Twitter at Quinn Scillian.
And my name is Kari Lane. I'm DJ Richie Skye. You guys can find me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Skye.
Speaking of Kari Lane, she is not with us today. She decided to throw us under the bus because she decided to go to Disneyland. So hanging out, breaking down the box office with all you folks. She chose Disneyland over all of us. Tweet her at Kari Lane to let her know how you feel about that.
But can you blame her? It's the happiest place on earth.
I like to think that this is the happiest panel on earth.
It is.
It is. We're so happy. We love it.
Speaking of that, folks, you can like us on Facebook. Give us those likes so we feel liked as well. Give us 5 stars on iTunes. Subscribe to the
Validate
YouTube
us.
channel. Yes, we need validation, especially in this holiday year. We just want to feel like this holiday time of year.
Yep. Parking validation when you're shopping.
That's right. Yep. You can also get on the chat. We're going to pull the chat up. As always, we'd like to have you interacting with us. We'll be doing our box office bet. That's where you really get a hand in the way the show goes. You'll determine which movie that we'll be betting on this coming weekend, and we'll see who the loser is. Speaking of losers, we will just jump into this the box office bet. Last week it was Office Christmas Party because there was only one film to do.
I saw that movie.
You did? All right, we'll get to it
And
in
I
just
didn't
a
even
second.
lose the bet.
Oh. So Richie Skye, yes, he was absent, so he did not get a chance to participate. Now, we all betted. I went 22 million. I went high. I was very much regretting my choice, especially after Quinn read back to me what last year's Christmas outing happened one night.
Yeah, it was 10 million.
Yep. And so this whole weekend I was watching, and at one point when they had the Sunday box office estimates, it looked like Kari had lost. Like I had just eked out by $500,000, a win. I was like, yes, I don't have to see it. And then I saw the finals on Monday, and my fortunes have turned. And so by a difference of $220, later, that's the difference between Kari and I. She went low, I went high. I lost by $220. So, folks there in the chat room, how could you not get like 30 of your closest friends just to go see this movie?
I mean,
didn't go see
I'm
it.
guessing that
was
DJ
hoping.
Richie Skye saw this movie $17.5 million worth of times.
Why did you?
Why just spin
Actually,
him?
that wasn't even it. I went to a free screening.
There you go.
But I have a complaint.
Maybe there was enough free screenings that it edged you out.
I
Like,
have a complaint about this movie,
those
but
people
I'll
would
get
have
to
paid,
it.
but they didn't have to.
Now, yeah, Media Shack, he went 16.5, so he was incredibly close, almost spot on to what the actor would do.
Wait, 16.5.
And
Kari
predict
went,
the future.
I
you went
said
16.5 as well.
16.5 was
Oh, wait.
my.
Yep. So you and Quinn,
Bet.
man, look at that. I mean, almost right on the money, Quinn.
So I'm very proud of that because I got to tell you, I was also walking away a little nervous after last week.
Come on, nobody was more nervous than me.
And no, that's true. But I'm saying that, like, we kind of throw those out there. We were getting a lot of,
Yeah,
you guys
yes.
might
When
got
can we
this
talk
wong.
about this movie?
Well, here we go.
Let's talk about it right now.
We'll get into the top 5. Of
Oh, we should
course,
start with Moana.
holding out #1, Moana, another $18.5 million. Richie, have you seen Moana yet?
I have not.
Oh, Quinn?
No, I didn't see it.
It's delightful. It's delightful.
You saw it?
I've seen it twice, so
Frank.
I know.
I know.
I know. Look at me.
He says
Just
it's no
excited
it's no
about it.
Storks, but
There you
it's
go.
up there.
It's no Storks, guys. There's never going to be another Storks ever again. Sorry.
Was it
Storks-
better than Bridget Jones' Baby?
It would. It
Which, by the way, we got to talk about Bridget Jones's Baby really quick.
do we?
Do you know that that is about to open up in China? This movie is
I
making
know.
so much freaking money.
It is. Internationally, it's doing incredibly.
It's the only one of all the series that's going to open in China. Like, it's just,
yeah.
I just don't understand. It's like this train, this money train is just pulling into all sorts of stations.
No.
So excited about that.
It's amazing when you think that a film doesn't do that well domestically, does so well overseas.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we'll see another Bridget Jones' Baby perhaps in our future, or at least
Twins!
on the
Just goes to show you that people are completely not over Renee Zellweger and her little quirky acting.
I guess so.
Yes.
But let's just jump right into it there. Sky Patterson in the chat room. Congratulations to Moana. There you go.
Hello, Sky.
But let's.
Big congratulations to Disney, because God, did they need a win.
They did. It's been a tough year for them.
And they're about to have, I'm sorry, the year that Disney is having is absolutely bonkers. And we haven't even, and Rogue One hasn't even opened up yet.
No.
Like,
They've
this is
been-
crazy to me.
They've been blazing records over at the box office, and we still have Rogue One. That's only going to just be cherry on top.
Seriously, it's going to be a couple
I'm
cherries.
so excited.
A
My
couple
company
$1 million
is taking us
worth
all
of
to see
cherries.
that movie on Friday.
Really? A friend of mine is seeing a screening tonight, and I'm just like, take notes. Tell me everything.
I'm so excited about
Me
that.
too.
Oh, that's right. Didn't we start working at your company just in time for Friday? Didn't we?
Everybody come along.
Coming in number 2 at the box office there is the film that we did the box office bet on, and I'll be seeing soon. Office Christmas Party, $16.89
So I did
million.
win the bet, but I thought Office Christmas Party was going to come in first.
You did.
Moana
But
had
that's
some
fine.
legs.
Did you see it?
No, I
No.
didn't. No, I didn't see it.
All right,
So
Richie Skye, lay
let me
it on
tell
us.
you
Yeah, go ahead.
guys, my biggest complaint about the movie is not even with the movie itself. It is with Paramount and this free screening, and I know it's free and I should be thankful, but they did not have popcorn. And as you guys know, I do not like
No,
seeing a movie
that's
without popcorn.
an atrocity. Nope.
It is like...
Give me a number and I will call them. Who do I write a letter to? Because, I mean, they want people to go there and have good reviews, right? That's like the point.
So
it's to start with their mouth and then you get popcorn.
Exactly. I left the office thinking I'm not going to eat dinner because I'm going to have popcorn at this screening, and there was no popcorn.
That
and
is
no
very LA
drinks.
of you, by the way. Super Hollywood.
Okay, but besides that, I had not seen the previews for it. I kind of had an idea of what it was going to be. This is a movie that does not take itself seriously at all.
Well, did you expect it to?
I don't know what I expected, but I'm glad it didn't. And because it didn't, it lent itself to a lot more you just felt good. I mean, it was just fun.
It was just fun, and that's
It
what they
was
should
just
be.
simple. Like, and
That's
they
what
don't
these movies should be.
I feel like they don't even make movies like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was just, you are going to laugh.
You laughed.
But do you want to see the serious version of Office Christmas Party at any
No,
point?
I mean, I
have to see-
think, sometimes you kind of go into this expecting, it's going to be ultra smart. And they're going to do some ultra smart things. You know what I'm saying? But it really wasn't that. It was just pure comedy. Mm-hmm. Like, from start to finish.
Did it have kind of like, what was that called? The End of the World? The one with Seth Rogen and all of them that was like so
Oh, yes.
silly and crazy. Did it kind of feel like that?
Almost. Kind of.
Kind of that level of nuts?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, and it's got some of your favorite people in it. So
Yeah, Jason
it's
Bateman,
like,
TJ Miller.
Jennifer Aniston, I love you.
Jennifer Aniston kicks ass in that movie.
Literally.
Don't tell me she
Hashtag
can't play
mom.
a superhero. But I personally enjoyed it. I think that if you just want to go out and see something that's just fun without being... I love this movie because it allows you not to be a pretentious moviegoer.
Great.
All right.
You know, that is this time of year when we start getting all of the kind of smaller films, art films, Oscar films, Scorsese, whoever else is coming out. Everybody around this time of year becomes a film critic, especially in LA.
Exactly.
But all over the internet, all of a sudden, everybody has their PhD in whatever. And I think that it is kind of refreshing to kind of get around this time of year and just be like, okay, we know why we're here. You know?
Exactly. Like, you're just there for the ride.
Exactly, and I think that's great.
That's true. And I mean, if you look at the benefits there, Office Christmas Party nominated for 26 Golden Globes today. Quinn's
Moving
taking that
on to
seriously.
number
Can I say one more thing? Like, it does take into account every Office cliche that you can ever possibly think of.
Did you see yourself in that film?
I
Richie?
did. If you've ever had an office job, like, this is definitely a good movie to see. Because you can really relate to some of the things you hear.
In a good way, or
In a
like,
good
oh my God,
way.
I do that. I'm that guy.
Your HR officer's probably done it. It's good.
All right, so Richie Skye says it is a must-see, but only see it
Oh,
if
I
you
didn't
get
say
popcorn.
must-see.
Is it a must? Is must-see with popcorn?
It's a very nice to see if you just want a good time.
If you're
a very-
hungry for
it's a-
popcorn, go see this movie.
It's a nice. Sorry, it's a nice to see if somebody's going to give you a free screening of it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
I enjoyed
There you go.
myself.
There you go.
Maybe I'll watch it on Netflix this time next year.
There you go. And
You
cook
know?
yourself some popcorn.
You'll be thoroughly pleased.
No, just to dial back, to jump back there, the screening. Did you see it on a studio lot or did you see it at a theater?
I saw it on a studio lot. That
right
was the reason why there was no popcorn.
Exactly. So that way you have to lower your expectations. If you know it's on a studio lot, there's not going to be popcorn there.
No, I'll just eat beforehand next
There
time.
you go.
But you might see Ryan Seacrest.
Oh, and that's like better than eating a type of popcorn.
Better than popcorn. I bet his skin is really buttery.
Oh, all right.
Looks like it.
Coming in at number 3, we have Warner Brothers' Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, another $10.4 million.
Which I did see this weekend.
How
And?
was it?
It was so fun.
Okay.
It was fun. Like, it was cute. I thought it was
Impressed by this.
I thought
No,
it was absolutely adorable. I'm a big Potterhead, as I've said before. And you know what? It added to the world, and it didn't take anything away from me. Eddie Redmayne, it's like a little bit he really beats you over the head with the bashful thing. And I didn't totally love, I didn't see a lot of chemistry with him and the lead girl really. And I was a little, and also, like, if you look so much like Maura Tierney, you might as well just be Maura Tierney. But I did think overall, I love being back in that world. I thought a lot of, like, the CGI was done well, and I love the style that they've kept throughout, with, like, especially with the later of the Potter films. They kind of have a little bit of this kind of, like, I don't know, kind of almost totalitarian kind of feel to it, like very kind of 40s kind of thing. I mean, I know this took place but that also kind of, they stayed with the style that they had chosen with the last couple of Potter films, which was really nice to see. It really felt like part of the world. And I really like Ezra Miller. I thought it was good. I thought it was really good.
Oh, you have a nice tonal consistency when you have the same director, David Yates.
Absolutely.
Doing those,
Yeah.
and he's going to be doing the next
Yeah.
few. And I love the time period
Oh,
of the 20s.
Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie.
Oh, yay, Quinn,
She
for
says
liking
yay
it.
for me. Yay. I loved it.
You know, she listened in just for that one moment.
There you go. Oh, Carrie trolling. Thank you for media shock there in the chat.
I don't think she's trolling. She will start when she realizes she lost the bet, though.
But the one thing I didn't like about it, though, is I felt like at the end of this movie, like, pretty much everything's tied up. And I felt like I don't need to see another 4 films. Like, why show us all this? Because the other 4 films are going to lead us towards the Grindelwald and Dumbledore battle. And so, like, what did this do? Like, I felt everybody's stories were tied up in a bow.
I get that.
Which is a shame, because it's like I was more interested in seeing more of how the Americans treat the world of magic over there. And I liked that all that.
It was a little bit of an origin story that way. It was a lot of setup. It was a lot of learning about the American style versus, like, you know, kind of him kind of going on his adventure and kind of learning what he does and everything. And I think that you know, you expect a lot of it, but it did feel like the same amount of information you get out of any origin story.
I mean, I guess
in terms of world building.
Here's the thing. Do I need to see this movie?
I mean, if you're
in the Potter world, if you really are into
if
the
you're
Potter
interested in the
stuff.
series,
Yeah.
I mean, I think I can only really accurately judge how important this film is to the rest of the 4 films after the rest of them come out. I mean, it's tough. Right now, I know I have my feelings on it, but I don't know where the other 4 are going to go.
Gotcha.
So I may look back differently about the importance of this film and the overall story arc of this.
Yeah.
Right now,
I'm just not
Yeah.
feeling a sense of, like, suspense or, like, any type of, like...
I get that, but I enjoyed my time that I spent in the theater. And I wasn't thinking about what I was going to do after the movie was over, and I just was in it. I was really, really absorbed, and I really enjoyed watching the story unfold, and I think that's kind of what matters.
Yeah. All right. It's
There you
worth
have
it's
it.
worth checking out, Richie. If you want to join the conversation, Richie, then hop on in.
I've thought about seeing it several times.
There you go. Let's see. Oh, Kari Lane, what's your next horror film? Kari Lane, yes, you think that you've lost the bet, but based on yesterday's box office projections, if that had stayed true, Kari, you would have lost the bet and been seeing Office Christmas Party.
Oh, that's right, you lost the bet.
I lost the bet.
Oh, by the way, to anybody listening on podcast, Kari Lane is not here in the studio. She's joining us on the chat.
Yes.
I just feel like I should just explain that.
Thank you,
Because
Quinn.
it might sound like she just,
She's here in
in the
spirit.
world of Harry Potter, that she just kind of apparated right into the
That's
story,
right. She just appeared.
which she didn't do.
Now, coming in number 4 is another film that both Kari and I saw. I don't know if anybody else had a chance to see it. Arrival. Another $5.5 million.
No, did not see this movie.
In the
I
spirit,
don't know. Nobody made it sound that. I mean, I feel like when Carrie was here, not in spirit, she kind of made it sound like somewhat like decent, but you didn't make it sound all that exciting at all. So I didn't feel inclined to go see it.
I think if we had to compare notes, I think Carrie liked it a little less than I did. I actually probably liked it more than Carrie did, but
Really?
I also felt like I knew the twist that was coming, and that kind of diminished my
because
enthusiasm for it.
the way you felt that day, the energy you gave me just kind of felt like I didn't really enjoy this.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Richie Skye. I don't want to, upsell the movie to you. I for you go in there, all of a sudden I'm
Oh, it's
hearing
like
that.
lower your
Honestly,
expectations
especially
here.
back to the whole time of year. Like when it's this time of year and you got more movies coming out than you could possibly ever see in one month. You know what I mean? Like you gotta start being a little picky, choosy. You gotta really go see the ones that are gonna speak to you, the ones that you've been really looking forward to, the ones that you really want to spend your money on, because you're never gonna see everything when
Yeah.
everything's just kind of shooting through the gutter like that. So I just feel like, you know what? If you're really not excited about it, just don't go see it. There's a million things coming out right now that are like so exciting and fresh, and just like don't feel pressured to go see anything, because in 2 seconds, everyone's going to be talking about something else.
Unless you lose a bet.
That's right.
Unless you lose the bet, which I did for this movie, which means I still have to go see it. But I was more excited about Fantastic Beasts, so I went to see that instead.
Coming in at number 5, rounding out our top 5 this week, Doctor Strange jumped over Allied as we thought it would. Another $4.5 million to its box office coffers.
I still feel the same way about that movie as I did after I first saw it.
Meh?
Yeah. I wanted more.
Yeah.
It just felt like, oh.
It feels like forever ago that I saw this movie, so good for it for still being in the top 5.
No, it's still doing well.
Well, it made the top
Week
5
6,
with 4,000, like with
Benedict
4 million.
Cumberbatch.
That's the top 5 now, 4 million.
Yes.
That's kind of.
Yeah, no,
That's
you're
kind
right. That's low because we had only one. We only had one movie come out last
That's
week.
true. So it wasn't going to shuffle up the too much.
So
but
maybe it's in there kind of sneaky.
yeah.
Albin asked if I've seen Max
Ooh,
Steel
that's
yet.
a really good question.
And Albin, you know the answer to the question. Why are you trying to call me out
Nope.
like that?
No.
Come on.
It's always just good to it's always good to remind Quinn of her obligations.
But I just want you guys to know that there was no way for me to see this. It left theaters. I can't rent this thing. Maybe
You're
it's
taking longer
maybe
than
it's
I
on
did to see
demand
Warcraft.
now.
You should check. You should check.
But that means if it is there, then I gotta see it. So it's
That's
better
right.
just not knowing.
You want me to check for you?
Richie will check for you.
Ignorance is bliss, man.
Yes, everybody in the chat, just do yourselves and us a favor. Just keep an eye on when Max Steel is available to view anywhere else, and then just keep tweeting Quinn. That'll be you're really excited about that.
nonstop.
All right, so
I just want us to forget about this. God, why do you guys keep
we
remembering?
will never.
They will
forget.
never let you forget.
No.
No, I know.
That's why we love the
man.
chat room so much. Now, as we're talking about upcoming films, for 1 second there, and I saw some people in the chat talking about this as well. The Fate of the Furious, the next film in the Fast and Furious franchise, debuted Sunday night.
The trailer?
Yeah, they closed down Times
What
Square.
did you
They
guys think
debuted it
of it?
right in there.
I didn't see it yet.
You haven't
Oh,
seen
you
the trailer?
No.
Okay.
It's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. They are throwing everything. They are throwing all the spaghetti against the wall with this movie, and I cannot wait. It is going to be so crazy.
When is it? It's summer?
Summer, April. April of 2017. So yeah, because they always come out a little earlier than the summer, which is great. That's what I love about the Fast and Furious franchise. They know they're that awesome. They don't need to wait until the official summer kickoff. They start this summer in April when the Fast movie debuts.
I thought the trailer was great because it was like almost the entire thing was like epic, and then at the very end it was like, and there's the girls in the bikinis. In case you forgot we were gonna do that, we got them. Don't worry. And it was like. It was just really funny.
Albin in the chat, just to keep on track, one second there. Max Steel is available on Fandango now, Quinn.
See?
So thank you,
Fandango
Albin, for
now?
doing that check. Yes,
Yeah, so just download that app and then you can watch it.
there you go.
I have a Fandango app. I don't know if it's called Fandango out now. It just tells me when movies are.
Well, there you go. Some homework for Quinn.
No, it's Flickster.
You know what? You guys can just tweet her all those links and then she will definitely get on that this week.
Oh, it's
I love that you guys are gonna have to like actively like walk me through every step of seeing this movie because I certainly won't see it on my own. I'm gonna need a handheld through every single moment of this.
Oh man, we should do a viewing party with Quinn and Max
Media
Steel.
shock, yes, that line. I'm gonna beat you like a Cherokee drum. That's from the trailer, and it was just like. Okay. It was so bizarre and weird. But like I'm not kidding. Like it looks good. It just looks like a lot of stuff.
And it's just interesting, you always find like how they possibly going to top themselves in terms of the stunt sequences and things like
Yeah.
that. And there seems to be some promising additions to this. So
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't want to ruin
Any
anything
new
in the trailer.
characters?
Yeah,
well,
there's that one actress from Game of Thrones.
yeah, Charlize Theron's in there.
Oh yeah, Charlize Theron, who
okay.
has like dreadlocks.
Yeah,
There's-
like, yeah.
She has like the Tilda Swinton hair from Narnia. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
just actually watched that movie like a week ago.
Yeah, it's a good Christmas. But yeah, like it was just like, okay, that's kind of a look, but let's go for it. She was like, it's like Furiosa but with hair.
That's true. Helen Mirren's in it as well.
What?
Helen Mirren.
So really, it's just everyone.
Yeah, I mean, when you get Helen Mirren in your film, like, and yeah, she's excited. She wants to be in it. She wants to drive a car.
Yeah.
Although, from what interviews that she said, she didn't really get a chance to drive fast in this film. So that's her only disappointment. But hopefully, she'll be in subsequent. There's at least
She's
two more in
played
the
another
series
actor,
coming.
an action role. I can't remember the name of that
Wasn't
movie.
she in? She was in Bond. I mean, I don't know if she ever did any.
And she was in Red and Red 2.
Red, that was it.
Was
Yeah.
she not in Bond?
Yep.
No, she was not in Bond, but she
Who
was
am I
in
thinking?
Red.
Who was that?
That was
A different old elder lady.
Yes.
Judi Dench.
Oh my God.
Dame
Yeah.
Judi Dench. Sorry.
Albin, I must confess the same thing. I have only seen one Fast and Furious movie.
I
And that was the
I
first
was a
one.
late bloomer when it
That was
comes
the
to
first
the
one.
Fast and Furious movies because I always thought that this was never going to be anything that I ever cared about. And then all of a sudden, like very recently, like in very recent memory, I was like, I'm gonna watch all the Fast and Furious movies, and I was like, these are nuts. I love them.
I had been afraid to confess that because
Don't
I'm
be
like,
afraid, but as
No,
somebody that
it's fine.
loves like the mythology building that in the Marvel universe,
Yeah.
this is one that I mean, of course, they didn't start off with any sort of intention of having some
Yeah.
kind of overall mythology, but by the fourth and fifth film, especially in the fifth film, it really dialed it back in, and they kind of looked back over the franchise and kind of all tied it in together.
Oh yeah, it was so different when
film
it
was
started.
this?
Yes. Pardon?
Which film was this that they
I mean,
started?
four
tying
kind of
together?
setting it up, but then five really kind of
Should
tied
I
it all
start
together.
there? I don't know.
I mean, it's because everything matters. They made a chance to go back in the previous three
okay.
films and tie it in, especially third film, Tokyo Drift, which was such a way off kind of tangent from the previous two,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but did have that little Vin
But
Diesel
I
cameo
still
at the
think
end.
that there's a level to these movies of just like a little bit. There's something about them. I might get a little flack for this. That still feels very lowbrow to me, which is what I like about them. If that makes
How
any
so?
sense.
See, that's the impression I've always gotten from those films.
They still do feel like that. I mean, from the very beginning, they kind of were. And yeah, they have built onto this universe. They've become kind of something more intricate for sure. The storytelling has gotten more intricate. But at its core, it still feels like,
One long
It's all
car
about
chase.
family. It's all about family.
yeah, I don't know. But that has become something that I think is actually very charming about them, which is maybe like why I appreciate them more than, because I'm not really an action movie junkie. But maybe that's what maybe there's a little bit of a soap element to it that I kind of like. I don't know. Either way, that part about it is actually what makes me like a franchise that otherwise I probably wouldn't be super into.
Yeah, the one thing that does concern me is certainly Paul Walker passed during the filming of Fast 7, and so they had to kind of do some rearranging with the script and reconfigure a few things to kind of write his character out of the series. So this is going to be the first film without him in there at all, and I'm just wondering, because he's such a nice counterpoint to Vin Diesel
Yeah.
in there, and now taking that out, I'm wondering how the franchise is going to go for the next
What do
few
you do?
films.
It's gonna be
Yeah,
interesting,
Charlize
for sure.
Theron.
But it feels like you're having The Rock kind of step up, which I'm not going to complain if you're having The Rock a little bit more involved, because he's been kind of
Albin
silent.
says, Furious franchise is pure cheese.
But sometimes, cheese
Like,
is
okay,
good.
so listen,
Cheese
that's
is
the
great.
impression
Who
that
doesn't
I've
like
always. I
cheese?
do love cheese, but that is the impression that I've gotten from those movies, and not that I'm thinking I'm wanting more of the action element, like serious, like I don't know, I can't explain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just feels like
You'll get
oh,
lots
we
of,
know this did well last year. Let's do another one this year.
No, you're getting some crazy action sequences in here.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, and they've
I'm
already.
going to make it a point to catch
And
up.
we can even plug your ride at Universal, Frank, because it's fun.
Yeah, I beg to differ on that one.
Okay, what do you like, King Kong better?
Yes.
Okay.
100, there's,
I've never been to Universal.
You gotta take a tour. You gotta take a tour.
that Fast and Furious part of the Universal Studios Hollywood, not great.
Not
Really?
Do you
Great.
get motion sick in there?
No, it's just well, I only get sick from the poor acting that's done in there.
Oh, got it.
Oh,
it's
man.
pretty. I mean,
If you want to watch a definition of phoning it in, see Vin Diesel's performance in there. It's like, and if that's the best that they could show us in the attraction,
Yeah.
I only imagine what the outtakes look like.
my favorite is just when they're like they're in like the club and there's all these like dancers and they're just in like underwear and it's like these poor girls. I'm like looking at them being like, I know what this filming probably felt like.
It just
and it is silly.
Makes no sense. But tying it into our box office
Yeah,
thing, as I
getting away from
mentioned, they did do that big world premiere there in Times Square. So for that to see like just a trailer.
That's exciting.
a trailer treated with that kind of big, kind of epic
Yeah.
event.
So you know the marketing is going to be kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, does that if you hear films like, oh my gosh, they closed on Times Square and they
That
just
excites-
didn't do the
that
trailer.
You guys,
excites
just
me.
to clarify, Sky Patterson says Paul Walker will not be an 8, 9, or 10 in any way, shape, or form.
Well, not,
Probably.
I mean,
Maybe-
Sky, they did show his
in an
picture.
ethereal form.
They showed his picture on he was in a still photograph in the trailer, Sky. So I think he will show up at least in a photo.
And maybe, yeah, just in our hearts.
In our hearts, R.I.P. Paul Walker. So they just when
so
they treat the
beautiful.
trailer like a big event, that gets you excited for a film.
That does. It gets me really excited because now I'm like, oh my God, it's an event. It's happening. I need to see what it's
Like
about.
at Comic-Con, like
Yeah.
when it's a big deal when they're released.
All right. Now, I was talking about international numbers. We've been talking a little bit about that, about a few of the films. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is still just bringing in the money there. It held the #1 slot at the international box office for the 4th week in a row, with only a 46% drop, and it added another $33.1 million to its total. And the worldwide total is now $680 million. Moana came in, closing up a very close second there to $100 million internationally, with another $23.5 million in its 3rd session and release. And the only new wide opener for the studios was, of course, Office Christmas Party, which we talked about there. It started swinging with $16.4 million in 49 markets. And then Illumination and Universal Sing also debuted internationally. It hasn't debuted domestically yet, but it got another $9.6 million in 8 openings. The other notable opening there is La La Land. Kicked off its shoes in Korea, and that got off another $4 million right there, which is a market that fell hard for Damien Chazelle's Whiplash last year. So,
Which was a good one.
yeah.
Which, by the way, I just saw War Dogs this week, which also stars Miles Teller, and Jonah Hill got a nod, I think, for a Golden
How was
Globe. And honestly, like, I thought it was really. I thought it was a really interesting story. I think it's really cool that they decided to tell it, because I think, it's obviously something that kind of one of those industries that people don't know a lot about. But as a whole, I found it really not rewatchable. Like, I'm not dying to go see this movie again. Like, once was definitely enough. I thought Jonah Hill was good. Sure, go ahead. He can have a Golden Globe nom. Like, I thought his performance was really good. But yeah, like, kind of just in terms of like the kind of caliber of stuff that we're gonna start seeing come in, like, it's definitely a forgettable one.
All right. Now, of course, folks in the chat room, start thinking about for the box office bet. There's 2 films coming out this week. One, Collateral Beauty with Will Smith, and then the second one is a little small indie film that hopefully we can get a little love at the box office.
Tiny little.
Rogue One, a Star Wars tale. So start chiming away in the box office. Albin, I know you always do this for us, and just thank you ahead of time for doing this. Kind of keep a track of what the audience is going for in terms of what we're going to cover in our box office bet. But in the meantime, though, before we get to that, we like to do a little box office reflection there on somebody that's going to be starring in one of the films coming out this weekend. And I felt like I did a little diving in Collateral Beauty. Wanted to skip to Will Smith, kind of find somebody that's being a little bit smaller, and so a wider variety of films to look back on. So I went with Edward Norton. And so a little top 5 of his opening box offices. We kick it off with number 5, The Score from Paramount Pictures back in 2001. $19 million.
Hey, what movie is that? Never heard of it.
Did not see this movie.
This is The Score, no.
Never heard of it.
But his number 4 film I did see there, and that was The Italian
Great
Job.
movie.
Oh, man. Also from Paramount
Yeah.
Pictures, came out in 2003, $19.4 million. And there's always been talk about doing a sequel to that.
Yeah.
And I always keep that here. I don't know if there's any more traction on that. It's always been kind of bandied about that it's going to happen. I'd love to see. I love the first one.
I
thought it
like
was
the
really good.
first one a lot.
That was really good. So it'd be
Do
cool
I
to
think
see.
they need another one? Not necessarily.
No. I mean, I guess it's like when you.
No, I definitely don't need another one. The
Especially
first one
now,
is good,
as
though, for
Charlize
sure.
Theron is in Fast and
Yeah,
Furious.
there you go.
There's no need.
You got her fix of her driving fast
There you
vehicles
go.
right there. Coming in at number 3, we have Red Dragon from Universal Pictures. Came out in 2002, $36.5 million. So this is Brett Ratner's kind of reimagining of the Red Dragon of the Manhunter film. Yeah, it was fine. Yeah, it was all right. Yeah. There you go. Everybody else is pretty excited about it as well. Nope. All right. Coming in number 2 is a film that came out last, back in 2012, The Bourne Legacy, with Jeremy
One
Renner
of my favorite
in the title role.
franchises.
$38.1 million. Did you enjoy The Bourne Legacy? Did you like having that kind of like offshoot of Matt Damon and having somebody else kind of heading that story?
It wasn't the best one by any means, but it was
any means.
enjoyable.
So had they not been able to get Matt Damon back, would you have wanted to see more stories with Jeremy Renner?
No.
Or Jeremy Renner?
No, not him. Somebody else.
Yeah.
Somebody. I don't know who else, but somebody else. Somebody a little bit more exciting. I feel like Jeremy Renner's. I mean, he's okay as like a ensemble cast member, but as the lead, it's just kind of like I don't see it.
So if say Netflix was to do like a Hawkeye series, would you be jazzed about that?
No, that I would watch. If he could do that. But I would love to see like a Brad Pitt step into that role. Remember we talked about this with how we wanted to see him in more action movies. I would love to see him step into that role.
Man, do you think you could get Brad Pitt to go and step into the Bourne franchise and take it over in some
I
sort of
think
fashion?
that Brad Pitt is never going to touch a franchise that he would never step into somebody else's shoes like that. Ever. He's
No.
Brad
I don't think he would
Pitt.
do it either, but I'm just saying I want to see Brad Pitt in that type of movie now.
I think you know what though. I think that Brad Pitt has just decided he's just gonna be like an art film guy. You know, he's gonna do smaller stuff. I don't really see Brad Pitt doing like massive blockbusters unless he's starting them. Like he's not gonna step into something that's already established.
Do more like
well,
World War
here's
Z
a
kind of
no,
deal.
Brad.
Yeah.
Start something.
Well, he did World War Z. I wonder. I don't
He
know
did
if
do
that
World War
experience
Z.
of doing that kind
Didn't
of soured
somebody
him
say that there was another one coming out?
But I mean, like I think
There is,
he
but
is
I don't know if
really in
he's
this like
involved.
he's doing this whole one for
Other than producing.
1 for them, 15 for me kind of situations where he's just like like I
So,
think
yeah.
he's releasing a lot of stuff, but it's just not
It's not what Richie Skye wants to see.
No,
though.
it's not.
Richie Skye, why don't you tweet Brad Pitt? Let him know.
I will. Is he on Twitter?
Of course, I'm sure he's got to be, right?
Somebody tweet me that. Let me know.
In the chat, Drew Skull right there saying, no Star Wars bet, collateral beauty, the loser must be punished severely. Oh, look at the devil horns. I mean, it is Christmas time, folks. I mean, just think about, giving a gift to everybody,
No, Drew, we're not playing that game.
One and only Billy J says Brad Pitt in an action movie like Bourne. Are you kidding me? I just think it's like that's what I assume that's how I assumed you said it with that kind of inflection.
He used to do those.
Now, running out Edward Norton's there, track at the box office there. Film
Fight
Richie
Club.
Skye.
No?
No, it was The Incredible Hulk from Universal. Back in 2008, $55 million. Comparatively, I enjoyed that version of the Hulk than I did Eric Bana's.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Sure.
For someone as established as Edward Norton, the fact that his top box office is 55 is a little actually surprising for me for an opening weekend. I could have seen him up there doing something 100 million opening weekend, some huge.
Yeah, but although I don't know if he's ever been in one of those big
I
franchise
guess he
type
hasn't,
films.
which is, I guess that surprises me that he hasn't been in
This
one.
wasn't a part of the whole Marvel plan at that point. It doesn't seem like. So I feel like
they tied it in at the end when they had Tony Stark come in to talk to William Hurt.
But it wasn't solidified, I don't think. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean they tried to because it is kind of tied in, but not really.
It just didn't feel like it was part of the whole phase one. It's happening now. You know?
Well, originally he was going to be in Avengers until he just didn't like the script, and whatever disagreements, and he stepped out, and then they got Mark Ruffalo.
I've heard
What a
I've
bad
heard stories about Ed
decision.
Norton kind of being maybe a little fickle.
Yeah, I like more kind of a control freak in the editing room.
Yeah.
I like Mark Ruffalo a lot better for this.
Oh yeah, no, of course. Mark Ruffalo was like the most likable guy ever.
Yeah, I love that whole dichotomy of having someone who's so likable, and then having him.
And having him, be like the be a
that's
monster.
awesome.
Yeah,
But,
totally.
For what it was, I did enjoy it. The only thing I didn't like is I didn't like to look for the abomination.
I didn't either.
I thought that was just a really poor
I would just like
redesign.
to forget that this version ever existed, and I would like for them to go ahead with Planet Hulk.
I think most people have.
Okay.
The only reason why we're talking about it now is because it's his top box office.
That's
film.
right.
Yes.
There you go. So, folks, we're going to be doing our box office bet in a moment or two here. So, Alvin, again, thank you for keeping track of what people are saying there in the chat. But we're going to do our predictions of what the top 5 box office is for next week. Of course, we're adding Collateral Beauty and Rogue One, A Star Wars Tale. Now, just a few notes before we make our top 5 prediction. The last 2 Will Smith dramas, Concussion and Focus, both from 2015, opened with $10 million and $18 million, respectively.
Yeah, Focus didn't do so well.
Yeah, and then, of course, The Force Awakens, Star Wars Episode 7 there, opened up last year with $247.9 million.
Sorry, did you say 200?
$247.9 million.
Dang.
Yes. So,
Yes, guy.
getting into that, I wonder what we think number 1 in next week's top 5 may be.
See, the thing is, 1 for me, easy. The rest are really hard for next week.
Really?
I don't know how we're going to see Collateral do. I mean,
You think so?
Well, Richie Skye, what do you think? Do you have any thoughts?
Yes, easily.
All right.
I do believe that we are going to see Rogue One, number one, obviously. I'm going to go.
I was like, all right, okay. Hashtag ditto. It's fine. Let's move on.
I'm going to say. Actually, I'm just going to go back down the list. I'm going to go with Collateral Beauty. Actually, no, I'm going to go with Moana. Then I'm going to go with Collateral Beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to go with Office Christmas Party and Fantastic Beasts.
Okay. Great.
All right. Quinn, do you have any disagreements with that list?
I do.
Tell us.
I'm going to go Rogue One for number one.
You don't sound too sure.
I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it. It's like a Star Wars thing.
Rouge?
Star Trek?
Rouge One?
Star Trek?
It's a makeup story. Yes.
And then I'm gonna go Collateral number 2.
See, I started to do that.
I think just because like we got a lot of famous people in that movie.
Yeah, but all right, just for your taste, for Will Smith, do you like Will Smith in action mode
looks like
or drama
action.
mode?
Action. It looks like a snooze fest, to be very honest with you. Now, I'm sure it's going to be really, really good with very nuanced performances, as people like to say, but it looks snooze-worthy.
Yeah, I mean,
All right,
I'd rather see...
I'm gonna put it third then. I think I'm gonna go Rogue One first, and then I'm gonna go Office Party, because it's tis the season, you know.
Gotcha. We need a little comedy. I see.
And then we'll go Collateral, and then Moana, then Fantastic.
Wow, Moana dropping down quite a bit on the list.
Like,
Interesting.
Down.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's. I'm gonna go, of course. Office Christmas Party is gonna jump to number 1. No, that won't happen.
Could you wait? Let's just think about a world where that did happen.
Or Rogue One did only like 4 million at the box office. You know, barely made the top
I just
5.
think
Maybe.
it would be almost worth it for the hilarity.
Oh, jeez.
It would go down in the history books as like the biggest upset ever.
Stranger things have happened.
I would, of course, Rogue
On
One.
Netflix, now streaming.
I could probably see Office Christmas Party kind of staying at number 2 over Moana, just because it's a comedy, and I feel like a lot of people that might see Moana would probably just go see the new Star Wars film. So, all right, so I'll go Rogue One, Office Christmas Party.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Moana, then Collateral Beauty, then Fantastic Beasts.
Great.
I think we'll say goodbye to Arrival and Doc Strange.
Bye, Arrival.
Bye, guys. You're on your departure.
I think you might be right there.
So
I want to see what everyone else is saying on the chat though, because this one for me was kind of tough.
And now this means that Quinn, you better hurry though. If Arrival's going to be moving out of the top 5, you got to go see that flick.
Before it escapes, like Max still did.
Yes, but only until January when it'll be available on demand. That's Quinn's so excited.
Now, I mean, I'll see it when I'm seeing it. I'll do a doubleheader with Arrival. I would not make a trip to the theater to see it, but I will totally tack it on to, something else I'm kind of excited about.
Gotcha. All
La
right.
La Land.
All right, so folks, here we go. We'll get ready to do our box office breakdown. Kari Lane in the chat.
Yes,
Long
Kari.
distance going
Thank
for
you.
Rogue
No
One.
list, just
Kari,
Rogue
vote again.
One.
Kari Lane saving the day for us. We love it. Alvin, if you want to just pop up the totals right here, and I'll explain what the box office bet is. Thank you so much. Of course, the box office bet is we're going to bet on one of the films being released this week, and whoever gets closest to the actual gross of the film gets bragging rights that they are just such a great prognosticator. The loser, the one who's furthest away from its actual box office gross, will have to go see that film and then come in here and tell us all about it.
Kari
Alvin,
is eligible to vote.
she's in the chat, so that counts. I'm gonna vote that there. Final tally: Collateral Beauty 5, Star Wars 3. All right.
That's not true because Kari voted.
I saw so many people vote for Star Wars.
I think Albin just wants us to go see Collateral Beauty.
Yeah,
It's
wait
4,
a
including Kari Lane.
minute.
Thank you, Albin. There you go. There you go. So final tally with Kari Lane's vote added in the chat. Collateral Beauty 5, Star Wars number 4.
Sky Patterson is thrown in the 150 million opening weekend as a guest for Rogue One.
Kari Lane, feel free if you'd like to jump into this box office bet in the chat. Feel free to throw out a gross that you
Carrie,
think.
don't. You're not here.
Do it.
If you
Do it if you're Kari. Do it.
Carrie, if
Yeah,
I
if
was
you
you,
got-
I would so not bet.
You got the
That is
guts.
the perk of not being here.
Get in. Show you got the guts that even at
I
home
would be like,
you
oh
will
my
jump
God, I
in.
lost the
Guts.
connection.
Do you have it? You guys remember that show? Guts.
All right, everybody. So, given what we know about Collateral Beauty, where we think it's going to rank in the box office here, everybody on your little on your mobile devices, feel free to type in what you think next week's total for box office or Collateral Beauty will be. Box office Beauty. What a great title that would be.
You guys, I'm so nervous.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
Thank you,
yeah.
Josh in the booth. There you go. Richie Skye, very fast, feels very confident about where
I always have a
gonna
number
fall.
in my head.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go with what my first instinct was. We'll see how close I am. All right. Quinn, are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. Richie Skye.
Hold on.
Where do you... Oh, are you done, Quinn? Are you locked in?
Give me 1 second.
Here, that's...
All right.
Yes, I'm done. Okay, whatever. I'm
All
crazy.
right. 14 for Richie Skye. All right, Quinn?
What's 170?
Wait, what? Wait, 170?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were doing Rogue One.
What? No, we were not. 170 million?
Sorry, I'm sorry. We're talking about Collateral.
Yes.
I had a brain aneurysm. I'm sorry, because
Well-
everyone up in the chat was doing everyone in the chat room was doing their Rogue One opening weekends, and so I just had a
I
little
feel
bit
like
of
we
an
should.
aneurysm.
It's a sign. We
That's
should
right.
have just went with Rogue One.
So Quinn is
I'm
gone
so
with
sorry, you
170
guys.
million.
Don't do that to
you
me.
might lose, Quinn. You might lose.
All right, real quick. Type in another amount.
All right, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 15.
All right, 15. All right. Well, I have written down 14. I am with Richie. I'm on the Richie Skye train as well. Look at that.
You guys both said 14 and I said 15?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's going to be a very slim margin of error for Collateral Beauty.
You guys, I'm really sorry I messed that up. I feel like such a fool. I'm so foolish.
It's okay. We all have those moments.
But I was gonna say 170 for Rogue One, just because like we can also talk about that because that's a little bit more fun. Do you guys want to do a non-official bet for Rogue One also?
Sure, we can do that as well.
Sure.
All right, Richie Skye, what do you think Rogue One's going to do?
I don't know. I want to go first.
Oh,
I didn't.
guess
I
well,
went
yes,
first.
it's the
I said
official.
170.
I mean,
You
if we
said
think 200,
170?
and Force Awakens did 247 million. Of course, this is an offshoot, a little prequel of sorts to the main series. So, well, it's got. I mean,
I
people
don't
are
think
hungry.
it's gonna go past 2.
I'm gonna say 150.
Sure,
But again, like everyone's going to the movies right now. It's such
I
a
wanna
big
dream
time for
big.
movies, and it's a Star Wars film.
I'm going to dream big, and I'm going to say
You're
220.
220.
I'm going to go 220.
Whoa.
We'll see. We'll see.
You
I
know
mean,
what,
I'm gonna
though?
go see it, so
You-
it's like
Yeah, I'm
I'm
gonna go
gonna
see it
contribute to that.
$220 million worth of times.
All right, thank you, Quinn.
all in.
People in the chat here, Star Drew's going with 195 for Rogue One. Sky Patterson is betting $20 million, or saying $20 million for the opening weekend. I will say that Kari Lane seems to have gotten kind of quiet in this chat.
Because
so
she knows she doesn't have to bet. She
Kari
doesn't want
Lane,
to lose.
you are a coward.
No,
I
she's
call you
not.
out
She's
now.
a smart lady. Alvin, don't play me like that. I'm gonna hold you to 170 million bet for Collateral Beauty. Come on.
All right, everybody.
You know that I was just so overwhelmed with excitement I couldn't think straight.
Yeah, sure.
It's also 11 p.m. on Monday night.
We will see. All right, Quinn. I guess we'll let you slide. That's our Christmas, Richie and I's gift to you this
That's
Christmas,
it?
this holiday season. We'll let you escape out of that 170 bet.
I'm returning both your gifts.
All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Box Office Breakdown. But of course, folks, you can like us on Facebook, give us those 5 stars on iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us there in the chat, sharing your thoughts. We always love having you on there every single week interacting with us. And if you want to continue the conversation with us even after the show's over, Richie Skye, where can they stalk you?
You guys should be stalking me on Instagram and Twitter at DJ Richie Skye. And you can watch me live on Instagram now.
Whoa! All right, Quinn.
That's like more than enough, Richie.
Sky, you know, Sky Patterson's going to be all
Yep.
over that.
Yes.
My name is Quinn Scillian. You guys can find me on Twitter at Quinn Scillian. You can find me on Instagram at Quinstagram, and you can add me on Snapchat at Quapchat. And don't stalk me. Be very vocal about following me. Like my stuff. Let's be friends.
Don't be shy. Folks, you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie. Again, thanks so much. Kari Lane will be back here next week. We'll all see who the winner and loser of the box office bet was for Collateral Beauty. And I'll be talking about Office Christmas Party. Boy, can't wait. We'll see you next time, everybody, right here on Box Office Breakdown. Have a great week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.